It was like stepping into another world. Prince Emeka awaited her in a shaded courtyard, dressed in a simple but elegant tunic. He smiled warmly as she approached. "Amina, I'm glad you came," he said, his voice as kind as she remembered. "Thank you for inviting me, my prince," she replied, bowing slightly. He gestured for her to sit on a cushioned bench beneath a flowering tree. "You don't have to be so formal. Today, I want to get to know you, the real you." Amina hesitated but eventually sat down, her hands folded neatly in her lap. Emeka began asking her questions about her life, her family, and her dreams. At first, she answered, cautiously, unsure of how much to reveal. But as the conversation flowed, she found herself relaxing. She told him about her late parents, how her stepmother had taken her in but treated her as little more than a servant. She spoke of her love for weaving and how she often dreamed of one day selling her own fabrics in the market. Emeka listened intently, nodding and asking thoughtful questions. "You're incredibly resilient, Amina," he said after a while. "Most people in your position would have given up on their dreams, but you haven't." Her cheeks flushed at the compliment. "Thank you, my prince. But I don't feel resilient. I just keep going because I have no other choice." "That's exactly what makes you strong," he said, his gaze steady. "And it's why I believe you deserve more than the life you've been given." Amina's heart swelled with gratitude and a glimmer of hope. For the first time, she felt seen and valued for who she truly was. As the sun dipped lower in the sky, Emeka rose to his feet. "Thank you for sharing your story with me, Amina. This isn't the end, it's just the beginning. I have plans for you, but for now, let me escort you home." They walked back to the village together, the prince's presence drawing astonished stares from everyone they passed. When they reached her compound, he paused and turned to her. "I'll be back soon," he said. "Take care of yourself, Amina." As he walked away, Amina stood at the gate, her heart filled with a mixture of joy and uncertainty. Whatever lay ahead, she knew her life was about to change in ways she could never have imagined. The news of Amina's visit to the palace spread like wildfire through Ikede. Every corner of the village buzzed with speculation. Some admired her for her sudden rise to prominence, while others, like Bola and Chinyere, burned with jealousy. Madame Ngozi's wrath was uncontainable. "How dare you bring such attention to this household?" she spat at Amina. "Do you think you're better than my daughters now?" Amina kept her head low, enduring the scolding in silence. Deep down, she held on to the memory of Prince Emeka's kind words. They were a shield against her stepmother's anger. The next day, a messenger from the palace arrived with an invitation for Amina to attend a royal feast. It was to be a grand event with nobles from across the kingdom. Madame Ngozi tried to argue, insisting that Amina wasn't fit for such an occasion, but the messenger's firm stance left no room for debate. With no fine clothes to wear, Amina worked tirelessly to weave a simple yet elegant fabric for herself. Her fingers moved deftly, pouring her hopes and dreams into every thread. By the time the feast approached, she had crafted a modest yet stunning outfit that reflected her resilience and creativity. At the feast, Amina felt out of place among the glittering gowns and elaborate jewelry of the nobles. But Prince Emeka's reassuring smile eased her nerves. He introduced her to the guests, speaking highly of her strength and character. For the first time, Amina felt like she belonged. But not everyone welcomed her warmly. Among the nobles was Lady Ugochi, a wealthy and influential woman who had long hoped to secure her daughter's marriage to the prince.